morning to Miss Flo, and today we will gonna present our presentation of assessment 3, which is the title is Educational Philosophies in the Malaysian Educational System. So before that, I will introduce myself first and our group members. My name is Crystal Julaim, and the next member is Nurul Binti Moidi, and secondly is Kulara Ibni Lanius, and number 4 is Olijoy Joffrey, and the lastly is Vishal Devi Chinese. So after this, we will present our presentation with more clearly and details in the next page. So for our introduction of our presentation, the purpose of this presentation is to identify the educational philosophy used in the Malaysian education system that refers to perennialism, ancientalism, and progressivism. After that, this presentation is to analyze how implemented in the classroom and curriculum. Therefore, it's about to evaluate the strength and weakness of the philosophy that would be focused on primary school, secondary school, and early childhood education.
So moving to the educational philosophy in perennialism. So definition of perennialism is an educational philosophical approach that implies universal knowledge, timeless ideas, and principles that have been proven throughout time. The aim is to form strong, rational, and moral thinking. Okay, so the example application about the perennialism, number 1 is about history subject, study of major event and classical figures such as Plato, Aristotle. So number 2 is classical literature, is reading Shakespeare, Holmes, Confucius. So the last application is about philosophy, is Socratic dialogue and analysis of the work of great thinkers. So moving to the strength and weakness about the perennialism. So number 1 is about the strength. So 1 is encourage critical and analytical thinking. Next, builds a strong moral and intellectual foundation. Last is instill universal values and a deep understanding of humanity. So last is about the weakness. So number 1 is less relevant to the needs of the modern, rapidly changed world. Next is does not imply practical skills or contemporary technology. Last is difficult to engage students in the digital age if not adept.
Okay, next is essentialism. The definition of essentialism is to emphasize mastery of basic skills, facts, and disciplines that are considered important and enduring throughout time. It holds that schools should educate students based on knowledge and values that are considered core or essential to life and society. So there are examples of application in education. Language strengthens communication and comprehension skills. So this is the 2 examples of the subject, which is mathematics and science. So for mathematics, strengthens logical thinking and problem solving skill. And for science is to provide a foundation for understanding the natural world. And of course, the essentialisms have a strength and disadvantage. For the strengths, 1 is provides a solid knowledge base. Second one, provide a clear and disciplined educational structure. And the last one is suitable for building basic skill needed in career and life. For the disadvantage is 1, less space for creativity, critical thinking, and student initiative. The second one is lack of emphasis on the social and emotional aspect of students, and the last one is does not take into account different abilities among students.
Hello everyone. Today I'd like to share with all of you about one of the important philosophy in education, which is called progressivism. Let's start with the definition. Progressivism is a philosophy of education that focuses on the student, their experiences, and problem solving. It believes that education should be centered around the learner, not just the teacher or the textbook. Learning also should be meaningful and it should help students deal with real-life situations. So, now how is this applied in school or classroom? One of the common ways is through project-based learning or PBL. In this method, students work on projects that require them to research, collaborate, and present their findings. This is often on real or simulated problems. Another example is inquiry-based learning. So, inquiry-based learning is where students explore questions, investigate problems, and discover answers on their own, with the teacher acting as a guide. So next, let me moving on to the strength of this philosophy. Progressivism encourages active and reflective learning. It helps students develop important skills such as critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and also adaptability. And the most importantly, it connects learning to real-world experiences, making education more relevant and meaningful. However, like any of philosophy, it also has its weaknesses. This is because this approach requires teachers who are highly trained and capable of managing open-end and student-centered learning. It also needs enough resources, time, and flexible curriculum in school. In large or undefined classrooms, this can be a big challenge to them.
So this is a page for educational philosophy comparison table. So for the first one, philosophy, it was perennialism. It is applied in moral education. And the straight for the perennialism is critical thinking, and the limitation for perennialism is outdated contents. And the second philosophy was essentialism. It was applied in subject science, and the threat for essentialism is core knowledge, and the limitation was passive learning. And next is progressivism. This philosophy of progressivism was applied in STEM, and the threat for progressivism is engagement, and the limitation is less structure. So that was an educational philosophies comparison table.
For the conclusion, first is multiple educational philosophies coexist in the Malaysian education system. So, the system integrates traditional philosophies like perennialism and essentialism, which emphasize core knowledge and timeless values, alongside progressivism, which encourages student-centered and experiential learning. This diverse approach helps cater to both academic rigor and the development of critical thinking and creativity. So next is a balanced blend of traditional and modern approaches is necessary. Using only traditional methods might limit creativity, while relying solely on modern approach may weaken foundational knowledge.
A balanced approach ensures students gain essential skills and are prepared for both academic success and real-life challenge. The last one is teacher must understand each philosophy's strengths and weaknesses. Educators need to be aware of the benefits and limitations of each philosophy to apply suitable teaching strategies. This understanding helps them create effective and adaptable learning environments. Teacher training is vital for equipping educators with this knowledge.